All right, happy Wednesday. This should be a review for us. This is a customary units of length. So we just did the metric system. We're going back to the customary system to review it. So I'm just going to go through a couple of them and how you do it, how we did it in class. And then I'm going to show you a little bit about the actual Google Forms you're going to do because there's some harder questions on there. So first thing, 72 inches into feet. So what we've said is you put 72 inches over top of 1 because you're making it like a mixed fraction. Oops, not a mixed fraction, like multiplying fractions. So 72 over 1 times, and then you find your conversion. So your conversion is you're doing inches and feet. So you're going to have inches down at the bottom because you're cross canceling, and then feet at the top. So I'm going to go up here and it says 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So I put the 1 next to the foot and the 12 next to the inches. So now this shows me that I am dividing because when you multiply them, they actually end up with 72 twelfths. And this line here is a division line. So you're going to do 12. How many times does 12 go into 72? And that is 6. You can also do, if you didn't know it was 6, you could write it out as a division problem. And that goes in 6 times with the division. So that one would be 6. Okay, the next one is 19 yards equals how many inches? So again, you put 19 yards over top of 1. You multiply it. You're putting another line. Yards, because yards is at the top here, yards goes at the bottom. They cross, cancel each other out. Then we're going into inches. So inches goes up here. And I go to my conversion chart. Inches, how many inches are in 1 yard? And this is 1 inch is equal to 36. No, 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. So 1 goes here, 36 goes here, and then we end up with a multiplication problem. So we're going to multiply 19 times 36, which would actually be 684. Just for timing purposes, I was going to show you the multiplication. I'll just put 684 there. All right, so the next one here, this one is 53 feet. So it's written like this with inches and with yards and inches, yards and feet. This is like your remainder. That's what it's looking for here. Let me just go down to this problem here with the 4 feet in 5 inches. And then we're looking at putting it into inches. So we did these before, but what you guys want to remember is that this 5 inches here gets added to whatever you come up with. So we're really putting 4 feet into inches and figuring out how much that is, but then we have to add the 5 inches to whatever we get after our conversion. So we do 4 feet over 1, and then we're going to do the conversion. Feet is at the bottom, inches is at the top. And then we have up here, there's 1 foot equals 12 inches. So 1 foot equals 12 inches. So we're going to end up with 48 inches because 4 times 12 is 48. And so what this is this is 4 feet is equal to 48 inches. But we also we had 4 feet and 5 inches. So we would add the 5 to the 48. So that would be 53 for that one. All right, I just wanted to go through the Google Forms with you, just because it has a couple of different types of questions. So this first one says, how many inches are there in 2 yards and 1 foot? So you are going to convert the yards into inches, and then you're going to convert the foot into inches too. And then you're going to add the two of them together to figure out what the total is, because it says the word and. Next one, it says Bobby's preparing for a triathlon where he will run 4 miles and bike 11 miles and swim 160 yards. How many yards will he travel in total? So the question asks about wants the answer to be in yards, so you already have this one in yards. So I'd leave that alone for right now. I would add up the 4 miles and the 11 miles, which equals 15 miles. Then you need to convert those 15 miles into yards, and whatever that answer is, add it to 160. So this one says Erica and Valerie are testing race cars that they've made to see how far they travel. Erica's car travels 6 feet and 5 inches, and Valerie's car travels 1 yard and 41 inches. Which car travels farther? So you have to make sure everything is in the same unit of measurement. So here I would take the 6 feet. I would put everything in the inches because these both have inches in them. Make the 6 feet into inches, add it to the 5 inches. Then I would make the 1 yard into inches and add that 1 yard to 42 inches. Kind of set up as like, what would Erica be like with inches, and what would Val be in total inches? And then figure out which one has, who traveled the farthest, or who has the more, who traveled the farthest inches. So this one, I think you guys can handle that one. This one says in order to travel the amusement park, riders have to be at least 4 feet and 6 inches tall. So you need to go through and actually figure out all of these different conversions. So 46 inches, is that 4 feet 6 inches or more? Because it has to be at least. So you could be 5'2" and be able to be on the roller coaster. So anything, your answer is above 4 feet 6 inches, then I would check it. It says select all that apply. This one here, how many inches are there in 5 feet and 3 inches? So if you change that into inches and then add 3 inches. This one says he's traveling 4 miles on the way to work. On the way home, he only travels 2 miles. How many more feet does he travel on the way home? So how many more feet? So you have to change both measurements into feet, and then it says how many more than, so you're subtracting those two. This one says John lives a half a mile from school. He lives 872 yards away from school. So Jack lives 872 and John lives a half. So I would take half a mile and I would change that into yards. So up on the top, the conversion is 1 mile is equal to 1,760. So you want to do half of that. So I would take 1,760 and divide it by 2 to figure out what half of a mile would be. And then compare. 9 says convert 132 inches to yards and feet. So you're going to be doing a division problem. Your answer is going to be the yards, and whatever your remainder is how many feet that is. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day.